Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of What's in There, where I'm going to take and show you what comes inside this box right here, the Rebel Troopers Unit expansion for Star Wars Legion, a new product being released from Fantasy Flight Games right now. I'm not only going to show you what's in the box, but I'm also going to show you how simple or difficult, you have to make that determination, it is to put the models together and get them battle ready. So, without further ado, let's get down to the table. So here is everything that's going to be coming in a Rebel Troopers unit expansion box for Star Wars Legion. You're first of all, of course, going to be getting their unit card and then all of the other upgrade cards that you can possibly put with a Rebel Troopers unit. Grappling Hooks, which basically means you gain the Expert Climber ability. Here, the MPL-57 Ion Trooper, which adds the Trooper Mini to the unit, gives the character firing that weapon. First of all, they're going to be firing the weapon with 2 red dice from a range of 1 to 3. That gives them Impact 1 and Ion 1, which can help against some of those vehicles that are out there. Also going to give you the Z6 Trooper, which is basically like a Gatling laser rifle, which is pretty cool. Has a range of 1 to 3. And then you're going to be rolling 6 white dice, which is pretty good, but not as devastating as it might seem, but it is still really cool. And then, of course, you would also add the Z6 Trooper Mini to the group as well. Also has the impact grenades here, range of 1, 1 black die, gives them Impact 1. So basically, while attacking a Mini that has armor, you change up to 1 regular hit result to a critical hit result. So that's pretty cool. And then finally, a Rebel Trooper, you add 1 Rebel to the unit, which basically raises the effectiveness of dice rolling and all of that other kind of stuff. And then also you're going to be getting all of the different tokens that this unit will possibly use. A command token with the trooper symbol on the back of it. And then you're also going to be getting all of the a punch board. Basically, they all come on this right here of the different tokens that this group possibly will use. 3 suppression tokens, an ion token for that ion trooper, aim, dodge, standby, and then a panic token down there as well. You'll also be getting bases for all of the models to stand on, and then of course the models that you need for that unit, a leader, and then Z6 back here. Where's the ion guy? Here's the ion guy, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 regular troopers. So what I thought I would do now is just basically give you an idea of a couple of different things. I'll put together the leader for you and one of the regular troopers just so that you get an idea of how much building is required. So basically, when you put these models together, you need to get some super glue. That's usually what's best. You can use there's a whole bunch of different kinds of glue that are out there. I just simply picked this up at Walmart. It's cheap. It's like $2, $2, $3, and you're good to go. So the troop leader here is the most difficult miniature to put together. It has the most pieces in the box. It's going to have your torso and jacket here, and then you also have the legs, one of his arms and the other arm, and then of course you have the base that you will have to glue the Mini down onto. Now, whether you glue the Mini on before you paint or after the paint to the base, that's up to you. Some people like to do the base up first and then glue the guy down later on. Other people just like to work around the feet when you're actually basing the base of the model. It's really up to you. But basically, you'll have to take your leg guy here, and then this guy, and as you can see, there's a little thing right there that this is going to fit onto. That little void right there is going to go right in here like so. Now, you don't actually need to glue that. You could just have it set there. However, it will come apart if you don't glue it, so I usually just go ahead and glue it. I'll usually just put the glue on the actual void, the base right there. That probably was a little too much, but that just pops in there. You hold it for about anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds, and then you're probably okay, ready to go, no worries. But that's the leg, and then you have to do the same thing for the arms. Again, these have shapes that are going to fit into these voids. So there isn't a whole lot of room for failure here. He just pops in there. And again, you don't necessarily have to glue it. Just realize that it will come off if you don't. So we're going to go ahead and just pop some glue in here like that. That's probably a little too much as well. I'm hurrying too much. And then just pop it in there, and he's good to go on that side. And again, you might want to hold it for 20, 30 seconds, but you don't really necessarily need to. Pop over to the other side here, put a little bit of glue in there, and then pop this in the way it should go as well. And you can hold that together for a good 20, 30 seconds or so, and then it should be good to go. Now, that's it for the actual model. So this is actually pretty good to go, but it does need to be put down onto the base. So usually I just go ahead and put it on the feet here, like so, and then try to center it as good as possible. Hold that for 20, 30 seconds. And you should be good to go. Now, with the model like this, you can probably just hold it for a few seconds, and then gravity will take control of the rest, as long as you have them sitting up and nobody knocks them over or anything like that. Now, the Z6 Trooper is the one that has the second most pieces in the box. You've got the torso and legs together like so. Then you have this little backpack with his regular blaster on the up and up there. So that's just going to, if you look here, he has a certain sized void that is, or a certain sized post kind of, and then the blaster backpack has a void in it that matches that shape, and so it's pretty simple. That's just going to pop on there like this. Some glue in here on some of the ridges wherever there's going to be contact, maybe down in there as well, and then just pop that on like so. Again, hold it for a few seconds. Doesn't really have to be that much because it is a kind of a pop fit in there. And then this part is pretty simple. It's you know which way it's going to go. Here, this side is going to pop in here, and then that side is going to pop in there like that. Pop a little glue in that side, pop a little glue in this side, and then go through that same process of putting one side in to make sure everything is holding together. You might want to hold it for just a few seconds to make sure that everything is in there and is going to hold pretty well. And then just like with the other one, just put some glue on there. Make sure it's centered to your liking. Hold them down for just a little bit. And then let gravity do the rest. And then finally, the regular Rebel Trooper that comes in the packs. There are, let's see, 4 of these guys all together. And this is the easiest one because it only has 2 pieces and then the base. And again, much like the Z6 Trooper, you're just going to be putting some glue in each of these holes here. So maybe you'll have to play with it a little bit to get it the way you like it. And then once you do have it the way you like it, you just kind of hold it there for a little bit. 20, 30 seconds, whatever is good for you. And then some glue on the feet. Then just make sure that he goes down straight. Hold him for a few seconds. And then you're pretty much go. You can let gravity do the rest. And then about 10 minutes later, this is something that you should have after you have completed everything. Doesn't take a whole lot, and there isn't a whole lot of assembly that is required here, but it might be a new step in a different direction for some of you out there, so I did want to just give you a peek into what putting these models together really looks like. So that's that. Not too difficult to put these models together, as a matter of fact. The troopers are pretty simple. Even the most difficult one is pretty simple to put together. And then the regular troopers are really simple. So not that hard. I would recommend absolutely making sure that you follow this little guy right here. This gives you the basic setup and directions for how to put the models together. Definitely follow this. It'll make your life a lot easier. But generally speaking, each little rebel comes in its own little trooper bag, so it's not that difficult to put these things together at all. Well, I hope it is mission accomplished. I've shown you what comes in the box. I've even showed you how to put those little suckers together. Well, we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. See you on the flip side.